Hey, I'm a floating head. Anyways, yeah. So, here is the M1230, and I'm just gonna unbox it real quick. They sent this to me. Yeah, I'm too broke to get. Anyways, it's probably the biggest tablet that I got so far. I mean, yeah. Alright, and also, by the way, it's compatible for both PC and for phone, which is pretty awesome since I usually draw on my phone. It's got 60-degree like tilting. It's also very, very light, 510 grams. It supports Windows 7, Mac OS 10.12, Android 6.0 or above. So, what's inside the box? We got the pen tablet, obviously. We got the Type-C cable, we got extra pen nibs, a nib clip, pen sleeve, quick guide, an installation card, a gift glove, and a drawstring bag. And we also have an OTG adapter. Honestly, I don't know why I was so excited for the bag thing. Also, we have a $10 off coupon code. So yeah, go inside the description for that. 13 express keys, 16 programmable soft keys. So in total, there's 42 keys. I know, I'm a math genius. Alright, also, as I said, you know, it's for Windows, Mac, Android OS. It's a battery-free pen, so, you know, that's extremely, yeah, that's handy and stuff. Also, do you see this texture? I don't know why, but it kind of made me excited. Like, I really like the look of it. So, I just want to show you guys that. Also, they have a little thing there for your pen, which is pretty cool. And I actually have a laptop, da-da-da-da. So, which I, like, spent all my money on, so I'm broke now. Aren't I always broke? Alright, so yeah, long story short, I forgot my password. So I just decided to do it on my mobile phone, which, I don't know, whenever I use during tablets, I always like have a little thing to do, you know, just to do backgrounds and stuff. I have no idea why. It just feels a little more free. So, get a middle color. One that's like not too bright, not too dark, and then I also messed up my brushes a bit. So just getting the airbrush, we're going to use a darker one at the top and a lighter one at the bottom. By the way, everything that I'm doing here, I am using the M1230 Tablet for. So yeah, throughout the video I'll also be talking about it. Also, I just switch online really quick and then I click use for free so I won't have to watch the video. I'm that impatient. Getting a like less saturated bluish color, we are going to continuously tap, which was pretty easy with the tablet. My finger would probably start cramping if I did that just with my finger, so yeah, I was blessed with the tablet. So yeah, just doing repeated tapping motions. I would recommend using either a stylus or a tablet for this because, I don't know, it might make your hands cramp since you're like tapping so many times. Also, as we're doing the clouds, yep, these are clouds, what a surprise. We are changing the brush size. You see how I'm making it bigger and smaller. Also, focus on the main shapes of your cloud first, like don't just start going into detail. You make the big blobs and then you go in smaller. Yeah. So, I figured that I wanted some breathing room in my drawing. Breathing room is like when everything is so cluttered and stuff, like with all these clouds. I want that corner just to be free because it looks less, well, cluttered. Now I'm just going in with like smaller little details to just, you know, give details, obviously. Alright, so it's also okay to flip your canvas around a lot if you want to. You don't have to do that because, you know, I mean, you just don't have to. Anyway, I kind of like the working area because they have a phone mode, meaning you can be on your phone with this, but it doesn't touch the entire area. I did test this out on my computer for a bit because, wow, surprised I found the password. So that was nice. Anyways, see, we're just going in, adding a bunch of little details. You can also change the opacity of the brush if you would like. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put the QR code before I forget. Also, I just wanted to say that you should make it also brighter, but like not so bright, just like a middle tone, because we're going to have 3 tones: a dark tone, a middle tone, and a really light tone. So when you do your clouds, you don't want to do it like that, okay, where you just like shading the top side because you see it like that. You have to think in 3D. We're mostly going to be touching like middle areas because it's going to show that the cloud has volume. There's multiple clouds in that one big chunk. You see what I'm doing right there? Kind of like that. It's really hard to explain despite the fact that I have visuals here. Alright. Anyways, just want to bring up the cover sheet again for the tablet. I mean, like, look at this. I don't know why, but it makes me excited to draw on here, honestly. If I ever do background things, I'm probably going to use this tablet because, I don't know, it just feels right. It feels nice. Okay, also just wanted to tell you guys just one little thing about this whole drawing stuff is it's okay if it doesn't look perfect or it doesn't look like mine, which is basically perfect. Nope, that sounded egotistical, I'm sorry. I was gonna edit that out, but then I realized that I should just leave it because, I don't know. Alright, and so anyway, it's okay if your drawing doesn't look like really, really good or you're not satisfied with it in the beginning, because who the heck do you think you are? Like Harry Potter or something? A freaking wizard? That you can just... Oh, one tutorial. I'm suddenly become an art god at drawing skies. I mean, I'm not even an art god. So, but for the people that consider me one, you cannot learn how to draw in like one freaking tutorial. You will never be able to do that. Because that's just not how it works. Drawing is like a process. It's like watching one tutorial on how to shuffle dance, and you're just like, oh, I watched one tutorial, suddenly I can dance. It's like, no. Drawing's an exercise. You gotta continuously draw in order to actually do this stuff correctly. Anyway, as you see, we're getting a lighter color, not white. Okay, I repeat, not white. I don't know, I feel like it's just too bright. And then we're kind of just adding a bunch of little fluff balls to the middle of all of these other lighter colored fluff balls. By the way, if you didn't see in the layers, this is all clipped to the medium colored thing. By the way, how do I look as just being one single floating head? And as you can see, there's a little design change. I now have a ponytail and a bow. Yeah, no one cares. Alright, so we're just going in, as you see. I mean, it's kind of the same thing for each cloud, honestly. Like, it's a pretty repetitive process. Like, it's a really, really repetitive process. So I'm also lowering the opacity in some parts, but I found it, like, not completely necessary, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But you can do that if you want to. But, you see, I just lowered mine just a tiny bit to, like, 90%. I could hardly read that number, it's so tiny. So then I'm getting an airbrush and just lightly erasing the bottom of the fluffy white clouds. Why am I doing that? Because it looks good. I don't know the logic behind it. I cannot explain the science. Just because it looks good. And then with the same exact color, I'm just going over it again. I don't know, it kind of gives it a little more pizzazz. Is that even a word? Where did I even hear that word from? Pizzazz. Alright, anyways. I'm starting to wonder if my mic is too low because I attached it to the string of my hoodie. I do not know why I did that, but you know me, I'm really smart like that. Anyways, so I was able to draw this pretty quickly. I'll have to check the time again. It was like in 20 minutes or something like that. Because, oh right, I can see it. 24 minutes. The reason I did so quickly was with the power of the tablet. Also, you know me, I'm speedy anyways. But I feel like drawing with a tablet, I don't know, it kind of made me a little faster. It's probably because my phone is so tiny, which I'm usually used to drawing on sketchbooks about the size of the tablet, or just a tiny bit smaller. So my phone being that incredibly tiny felt a little awkward for my hand. So I bet you're thinking, why don't you just buy an iPad? Well, I don't think you noticed, but I'm kind of broke. I'm planning on getting myself a birthday present because no one else will. Mother, if you're watching this, it's a cry for help. I'm not even that funny. Why am I laughing? Alright. Anyways, so with an overlay layer, the reason why we're adding a little green is because my guess is this is in like a little grass field. So I'm adding green at the bottom of the clouds because it makes it look a little more, what's it, dynamic or something like that. I just used black or really dark blue just to like darken some areas. It wasn't completely necessary though, that's why I didn't really mention it. Now we're using the smudge brush to brush, obviously. Also, since I was using the tablet, the smudging was a lot easier because the harder I pressed, the more it smudged. But for you guys that don't have a tablet or pressure sensitivity or anything, just the slower you move your finger or stylus, the further it'll go, but the faster you move it, the less powerful it'll be. So we're just smudging the edges of this, and then I'm using the Liquify pen, my best friend. How could I forget your name? Just kidding. So as you can see, I like to do a little turn up kind of look thingy. I had no idea. I did this as a test for another thing because I didn't like the shape of the clouds, but then I was like, hey, this actually looks really, really dope. So just use a softish, hardish, brushish. Does that even make any sense? Anyway, no. We are going to be using a brush called Sky Dust. Why did I name it Sky Dust? Because it's like dust in the sky. This, we are lowering the opacity to like 50-ish%, 40-ish%. And this is all behind the clouds, by the way. We're just like lightly brushing. Lightly brushing. You guys don't have pressure sensitivity, forgot. So, if you want pressure sensitivity, you could go buy the tablet, especially since there's a coupon deal. But anyways, so if you look up in the sky, there isn't just these big chunker clouds. There aren't just these big boys. There's also like these misty-ish, dusty clouds in the back, unless you just live somewhere with all that fake clouds. What do they call it? Chemtrails? Yeah, it's all your fake clouds. Yeah, so for all of these brushes, you guys probably have the shady one, but you don't need the shady one. You just need one that's a little soft around the edges, like Pen Dip Soft can do the deal. So you know how we all like to do giant suns in the corner? Be careful not to make your sun so huge, because it's like a gazillion miles away, alright? But yet it's still kind of biggish. I don't know. Just make it kind of small, okay? So I bet you're wondering, Dina, why are you squiggling blood onto your clouds? It's not blood. It's just red, okay? Why am I squiggling ketchup onto the clouds? Because, okay, you're going to squiggle the ketchup onto the darkest part of the clouds, like the shadows, and on the sun. Then we're going to go over to God rays. And then we will have sun rays. You can, of course, draw this manually, but I find that so much more time consuming and a little more bit of a struggle. The struggles of my life is drawing sun rays. So we use the God ray filter. I feel bad for anyone that doesn't have this filter because they're using a separate program. But you know, you could probably just draw it yourself with I don't know, just draw it yourself. So then with a multiply layer, we're still using that Sky Dust brush. Onto the clouds, we are just using a multiply layer with a very, very light blue, just onto the clouds. I feel like it gives it more texture, more depth, and more pizzazz. I don't even know what pizzazz is. What if that means something inappropriate and I don't even know because I'm just using it? Alright. Anyway, with a 60-degree tilt, I feel like a god with this. I don't know. It's just so much easier for me with this. But it's really hard for me to do line art with the tablet. I have no idea why, but I suck at line art anyways. So, yeah. Anyway, we're just going in on really, really small details. And we're using the Messy Lines brush, which I did put in one of my community posts, but you guys don't even look at my community posts. My feelings are hurt. So, here it is, because I'm so nice. No, this is just the only way to properly make a tutorial. So here, with this brush, messy lines, which is, well, messy, you're going to do little squiggly thingies by your clouds just to give it more detail and stuff. Keep in mind, when you're drawing, you always make it simple and then go in more and more detailed later. Alright, some people just get so blinded by the detail that they do like details first before they're even like done with like the concept that they're drawing, so their drawing starts looking really wonky and stuff. Like, don't hop into details. Okay? You do that last. You tippy toe, like, dip your toe into the details. You know, you don't just like hop into the pool of detail. You just like test the water with your foot and then you belly flop into it. That's the proper way to do it. You guys probably don't even understand what I'm saying, but whatever. So you can see like how different it can look with or without those details. You just gotta like hide and unhide the layer, which I have a feeling I'm gonna do soon. Yeah, I just keep yawning. And when you do the cloud details, make sure to keep selecting other colors every time you do a new detail in a new area, or else you're just gonna kind of look like you got like schlop on your clouds or something. Yeah. Anyways, so again, we're doing like really jittery motions where it's like lift up, lift down on the whole thingy. It's a lot easier with a pen, okay? I'm telling you, it's a lot easier. So, yeah. We're just gonna continuously do this again and again until I think it looks okay. I mean, look at those details. It like made all the difference. Got my sun. I'm just moving my sun around thinking, should I move the sun? Which is kind of a stupid idea because I already made the rays. I'm just like, you know, I'm just gonna move my sun there just to make my actions not so useless, but they were useless. So, this brush is actually a brush I made before. I'm just gonna call it Burb. Why did I write bruh? Don't mind my emojis. So, what is this Burb pen, you may ask? It speaks for itself. It gives burbs. I don't know. Okay, it's because the angle of this type of brush has like a thin, thick kind of thing. It works better on the tablet, but it'll totally work fine with your fingers. Okay? So, the further the birds are away, the smaller I made them, obviously. So it can kind of look like they're vanishing into the sunset. The mystery of the bird. Where did the bird go? Into the sunset. It's not even sunset. It's the middle of the day. What am I talking about? So, watch me struggle making a squiggle. Beautiful. This squiggle bird I will now call Fred. Fred is the leader of his family of 328 kids. Anyways, I feel like I'm in heaven, which I kind of am in heaven because I'm a floating head, so I'm technically dead. But I feel more like I'm in heaven because of this fabulous tablet. Alright, anyways, I don't know, I just felt like drawing with the tablet is so much easier when doing backgrounds. Usually when doing characters or something, I don't really feel a need to use the tablet, but when doing backgrounds, I feel a much bigger need to. Anyways, I also updated my OC, so yeah, I'll post that stuff soon. Don't forget to go shopping for the GAOMON tablet. It's also quite affordable, so, you know, don't worry. If you buy it, you won't be broke, like me. Okay, so yeah.